Guys, welcome back to another LJ Tech Tips video. Today we'll be reviewing my Lenovo T520. This machine I've had in a storage unit for a while, but it still works fine. I've had to install a 128GB Samsung SSD instead of its original Hitachi hard disk because it unfortunately did fail. It has a Samsung 32GB SATA because I had that laying around and I thought, while I'm at it, I might as well do the SATA modification on this. And it has 8GB of DDR3 RAM. It's rocking an Intel Core i5 2nd Gen, and it has an NVIDIA 4200M. I know I'm not saying that right. Sorry, NVIDIA and NVIDIA fans. I'm just not good with pronouncing whatever this GPU, integrated GPU is. Dedicated GPU it is. It only has a gig of VRAM, but, you know, it's fine for note-taking, light Photoshop, because I have done Photoshop on this machine, and it works excellent. Now, this machine has an excellent keyboard, due to it using the same style as the older IBM laptops. Now, I currently have the IBM R32 disassembled because I wanted to apply some new thermal paste onto that Pentium 4, and I also needed to solder up a back USB port. But that I'm thinking about selling later on once I get it that USB port soldered in as a collectible. So stay tuned for that later on. But for now, we'll focus on the T520. This machine has front-facing speakers which sound excellent. So we'll do the Crave Rave test. Now, I only be able to play a short part of it given YouTube's copyright. So I'm just sorry about that, but you only be able to hear a short bit. Now, I'm sorry if the audio does not sound the best. I'm using my AirPods to record the audio for this video, so I'm sorry if it doesn't sound the best, but in person, this machine sounds excellent. Alright, that's all I'm getting because I don't want to be copyright striked. Haven't read through all the legalities of copyright, so I thought 30 seconds or 10 seconds was going to be fine and I won't get striked for it, so there we go. I like the upgradability on this machine. You can literally take out 2 screws and you've got access to under the keyboard. And, you know, Lenovo thought this through, but it is an older machine, so, you know, that comes with upgradability, etc., which is why I like these older machines. My laptop, which I use for work, it's a HP from 2016, and I really dislike it because of the lack of upgradability. Even though I can still take out the SSD and RAM, it just doesn't have the same upgradability as these older Lenovo ThinkPads. But unfortunately, I needed a touchscreen, and I didn't have a touchscreen at that time. And some friend of mine gave me that at a very good price. So, you know, that I'm happy with what I've got. And yeah, that's that. Alright, so let's go to Cinebench and do a bench. And hopefully I don't stuff up this video because I've already tried to so many times to pause the video. And I keep hitting the wrong button. So hopefully this is the last take and, you know, we'll go from there. Alright, so, yeah, let's just get started and I'll see you in the future. And starting to spin up a bit more, but that's normal. I had a PC that does the same thing because it's running multi-core, and then I'll run single core, and we can get both results for this machine. I don't think it's mandatory to run it. I'm just deciding to run it in this video just to show it's reasonably modern. It's not going to be the best performance. I have other machines that are better performing, but this is, I'm just demonstrating it can still do some modern video editing and Blender work, because I do that occasionally, and I have used this for video editing. I just didn't decide to release an unreleased video to edit an unreleased video on this, so I thought Cinebench was a good equivalent. So we'll get back once this finishes. Alright, it looks like we're nearly done here. We'll just briefly look at how we're going with CPU. Obviously it's 100 because it's benchmarking. But yeah, multi-cores looks like it's nearly done, and then I'll run single core and we'll see the results. It started to run the second part of the multi-core now, so I'll get back to you in a moment once it's done, and then I'll run single core. I thought this was going to be quicker, but it seems to not be. Second part of multi-core is nearly done. It's taken a while. Alright, so it's just finished the multi-core scoring 1334, and we will get started with the single core. Now I know this is not going to be near a high performance CPU. I'm just running this so you can see it's good for photo editing and basic stuff, basic photo editing and basic that type of stuff, because I don't want to show videos or thumbnails that I make that are, you know, that I haven't released yet, because you know, I don't like releasing unreleased stuff. Sorry about the focus there. I don't know what was going on with my 11 Pro, but yes, it's running this now, and we'll get back to it once it's done, and hopefully it will be a bit quicker, because I've wasted close to 25 minutes recording about a 10-minute video. So anyway, we will let this run and go from there, and yeah, single core is still running, and it will be done shortly. But yeah, it just takes a while, but you know, I want to show you the results. But it is a laptop chip, so it's always going to be not as good as these desktop chips here, because a desktop doesn't have as much power strength as a laptop, obviously, because the laptop's built for more power efficiency. So we'll get back in a moment. We're still running, still doing. We'll be back shortly and see, hopefully, if it's gonna be faster. Hopefully it is, but it's really slow currently, which is unfortunate, but you know, that's life. The single core is always harder on in Cinebench, and it takes a longer time, but I want to do an over-round test for you guys so you can understand. And I will be selling this machine on Facebook Marketplace, and I'll link that down in the description. So if you want to check it out, you can always check it out.